rushed into the room to see how Matthieu had held up, slightly apprehensive about the effects of his ordeal. But Matthieu emerged from the machine smiling. His comment, "That was like a mini-retreat." That reaction to what most people would find overwhelming bespeaks a special state of mind, a capacity for confronting life's ups and downs with equanimity, even joy. And Matthieu, I realize, has that joie de vivre in full measure. The psychoanalyst C.G. Jung once described the role of a Gnostic intermediary as someone who himself plunges into spiritual depths and emerges to bring the vision of that inner possibility to the rest of us. Matthieu fills that role. Beyond his well-cultivated temperament, Matthieu brings a quiet brilliance and always quick mind. I've witnessed him in sessions of the Mind and Life meetings where the Dalai Lama explores in depth a scientific topic with a panel of scientific experts. Matthieu often represents the Buddhist perspective, speaking with a fluid intelligence that easily weaves together spiritual and scientific paradigms. In Happiness, he draws on both his ease in the world of scientific studies and philosophy and his intimate familiarity with the wisdom traditions of Buddhism, bringing these streams together in a seamless offering. The resulting insights are both inspiring and pragmatic. The vision of happiness conjured here challenges our everyday notions of joy, making a convincing argument for contentment over collecting good times, for altruism over self-centered satiation. And beyond that, Matthieu suggests how we can all cultivate the very capacity for such happiness. On the other hand, Matthieu offers no quick fixes, for he knows well that training the mind takes effort and time. Instead, he goes to the root of the mechanisms that underlie suffering and happiness, offering refreshing insights into how the mind functions and strategies for dealing with our most difficult emotions. The result is a sound roadmap, one based on cultivating the conditions for genuine well-being. A few days after my wife and I first met Matthieu, we happened to share some hours together in the Kathmandu airport, waiting for endlessly delayed flights. Those hours sped by in minutes due to the sheer pleasure of being in Matthieu's orbit. He is without doubt one of the happiest people I know, and happiness is contagious. I wish the listener a similar contagion, enjoying the pleasures to be found in this audiobook. Daniel Goleman, Mendocino, California, October 2005. Introduction. When, in the early morning, I sit in the meadow in front of my hermitage, my eyes take in hundreds of miles of lofty Himalayan peaks glowing in the rising sun. The serenity of the scenery blends naturally and seamlessly with the peace within. It is a long way indeed from the Pasteur Institute, where 35 years ago I performed research on cell division, mapping genes on the chromosome of Escherichia coli bacteria. This would seem to be a pretty radical turnabout. Had I renounced the Western world? Renunciation, at least as Buddhists use the term, is a much misunderstood concept. It is not about giving up what is good and beautiful. How foolish that would be. Rather, it is about disentangling oneself from the unsatisfactory and moving with determination toward what matters most. It is about freedom and meaning, freedom from mental confusion and self-centered afflictions, meaning through insight and loving kindness. When I was 20, I had an idea of what I did not want, a meaningless life, but could not figure out what I wanted. My adolescence had been far from boring. I remember the excitement I felt when, at 16, I had the opportunity to join a journalist friend of mine at lunch with Igor Stravinsky. I drank in everything he said. He autographed for me a copy of the score of Agon, a then lesser-known work that I was especially fond of. He wrote these words, "To Matthieu, Agon."